Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan medal video. So in this video we have gone with a Super INT team versus the Extreme TEQ Extreme Super Battle Road stage. So this is the one of the more difficult bits of content that you can take obviously Vegeta into. In terms of this event, basically we've decided to link Vegeta with the MUI Goku for the most part, which will be okay. And then we'll take a look at how he performs in the stage itself. Overall, I expect Vegeta to obviously dominate, or at least do very, very well. In terms of the unit that we are using, the unit is indeed not 55%. So we'll get a good look at how this unit performs comparatively to the 55% unit. Obviously bearing in mind that Vegeta is technically running under a slightly lesser lead, but this is a powerful comeback slash Representatives Universe 7 team for the INT side, so it should be pretty decent. That's why we've got a couple stranger units here. But there's nothing wrong with that. So we're running 130% and obviously the 170% lead in the form of Vegeta. So we do have a suitable enough leader skill. And we'll take a look at what kind of team Vegeta can put out for this event, because that's also an important factor, is what kind of teams these units can bring out. So we've obviously got a couple wonky ones in terms of the Goku and of course the Android 16, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. We'll definitely get to see a good performance by Vegeta anyway. So 162k defense there, which is pretty good considering he has absolutely no support and a lower leader skill. That is those extra stats coming in hand there on Vegeta. But that will be more than enough defense to take no damage from the super attacks, and well, not no damage from the super attacks, but to take be a very decent defensive wall, so to say. That plus his damage reduction will make him quite reliable, and we should be able to get some pretty good damage out here. So obviously we have Vegeta sitting. He does have a item active, but we're getting a pretty good look at what Vegeta can do defensively. Obviously offensively it's not going to be the greatest numbers from him, at least in terms of this team. But on the bright side, he is still putting out a really solid performance here. Here you can see him fire off 3 attacks. That's going to be because he activated the hidden potential system, and he's going to have activated his passive. So he's doubled up there, done some really good damage, and of course we've managed to basically 2-turn, 3-turn the first stage, which is really, really good with only 1 item used. So we're sitting in a really comfortable place. We're going to push the UI Goku. Obviously we pushed him off already to go link with Vegeta. They'll share Tournament of Power, Godly Power, and some other links. So that's going to be a really good linking partner for Vegeta. This video was filmed before the EZA came out for that Goku. If he currently had his EZA, then this team would probably have easily beaten the stage. Vegeta would have had they're really good partners, so they're a really nice combo to use for this Extreme INT stage. Goku's a really good starting base, plus he obviously stacks and he has his transformation just in case. So we do fortunately have quite a few options there. So here we go, we're going to push across. We've obviously got the active skill here from Kid Goku. Got 171k on Vegeta with a lower leader skill and no support. So looking very, very solid indeed. We will be moving Vegeta into the first slot, and as you can see, his key situation is way better now that he's got his 4 links up with this Goku. So sitting in a really comfortable place here, unable to get his 18 key, which is a problem that can happen with Vegeta due to one of his key links being royal lineage. So that is a slight issue for him, but nothing too crazy. After this turn he'll fire off either an attack, a super attack or 2, and then next turn getting his you know, 18 key won't be such an issue. Obviously we've not really gone and activated anything, so we will get a good idea of how much damage we take here. in terms of the enemies. We've only activated the Princess Snake, so it's a bit of a better idea of how much damage Vegeta will take. But he shouldn't take too much damage with 171k. So 57k with an item active, which is very, very good. Basically is no damage. And similarly there, he obviously took a lot less damage, as you can see, from his defense or his damage reduction having stacked up. So because he took that super attack, then took another normal, and then only took the second super attack, that means he'd already stacked from 10% to 30% damage reduction. So you could immediately see how that changed the damage of Doria's attack, because none of these units have attack lowering. So it was literally just entirely his stacking of his damage reduction, which obviously makes him very, very good. So here we'll just keep pushing on. Obviously Gogeta is a very good lead for this team, very impressive in this kind of singular kind of monotype team. It's very impressive across the board, but as a leader he's very good for this kind of team. And then of course we did see a bit of a better offensive output from Vegeta there, obviously because he managed to get more ki, but also because he had a couple more links active than Fierce Battle, which is always a nice plus to get. So Vegeta looking a lot better offensively there and still performing very, very well, but while also still being a tremendous brick wall in terms of defense. So far we've seen pretty good from Vegeta. I'm not going to say we've seen absolute lights out rockets, but we don't also have the optimal team for him in terms of that. We could have definitely have something like the 50% int type support. If I had a copy of him, we could have run him on a more pure based int team, or double 170% leads, or anything like that. So there are definitely more ways for Vegeta to output more damage in this kind of ESBR, but this is still a really good representation of where he's at. And it's nice to see that you can still use a friend lead one to get some really good results out. So yeah, really good to see. We still have an item active here, so we'll get a good look here at how Vegeta's attack stats are, but nothing really more. Obviously we do see the 2.4 million there, which is really good considering he can additional, he can crit. He'll additional again here for another 2.3. So some really good damage output by Vegeta overall, and then obviously getting those crits is really going to make him impressive. We've got another turn of 3 super attacks really coming in clutch, because it's also going to finish off Frieza. So overall a really, really, really impressive turn from Vegeta there, and he's had 2 of those already, so you can see how dupes really play into making Vegeta's offense way more impressive. The 55% unit was doing 3 million attack stats that, yeah, they had a chance to crit, but that's great. You can see here the unit with dupes, just how much better it's doing, even at a lower lead skill with less setup. It's doing similar damage levels due to the leader skill and everything, but it's getting multiple attacks. Those attacks are critting. It's just really, really impressive. So that is a main play into how they work. Like, getting those attacks is a really big deal for them. So it is one of those things that you're going to want to keep in mind if you get dupes. Really build these units properly, and they'll really, really impress you with their damage output. So yeah, really nice to see how they're performing. And then here we'll obviously move into the next fight. I think at some point we will have Vegeta tank and attack without an item, just so we can get an idea of how he does there, how he performs, and yeah. But I think we'll push for one more turn just to obviously see how he does. We've got plenty of items left, so right now we are sitting well. You could definitely finish this stage with this team and with having Vegeta in like this. So yeah, if you do want to copy this team or anything like that, or you've been thinking of a way to finish this stage, Vegeta is a big help. So if there's a way you can incorporate him as your friend lead, that will be super helpful for you. So yeah. But here we've got Vegeta. We're trying to get him his 18 ki, but we fail again. So you can really notice how, his ki set, that royal lineage is really screwing us right now, basically. that inability for him to get his first turn 18 key is removing a lot of damage off the board. Remember, LRs have a 18 key and a 24 key multiplier, so when they have max key it's a lot higher, and then obviously when they hit 18 key their super attacks generally do a lot more damage. So it is something that you want to keep in mind, especially when you're using this unit, but his crits and his damage are still really coming through for us. But that being said, I think next turn what we'll do is we'll not use an item. We'll probably die because we don't have a lot of health left, but I think it'll be good just to see how Vegeta does without an item. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and push through this round here. We should survive perfectly fine because we do have an item active, and then we'll get to see how Vegeta does. Obviously if we take a super attack here or anything like that, we will struggle to survive the next turn, but that's okay. So yeah, not too much of an issue. I think we've seen enough from Vegeta to see that he definitely performs incredibly well in Extreme Super Battle Road, and I think we can be more than happy with his performance, so there'll be something nice to see. Overall, I think the only issue is his Royal Lineage link being a key link for him, because that can kind of shoot him in the foot a little bit, just because, you know, not hitting that 18 key does remove the 18 key multiplier and does affect his damage output just a little bit, but overall I think he doesn't obviously have too many concerns. He does build key on his attack, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. What we're going to do here is we're going to let Vegeta tank some attacks without an item. We are going to die, but we'll get a good idea of how much damage he'll take. We'll also see how much he takes from a super attack. So yeah, overall I've been impressed with Vegeta, and I think he is definitely perfectly capable of doing this stage, and he definitely will get you the win. So if you have him, congratulations, you have a very, very nice key piece to use in your Extreme SBR team. But he's going to take a super attack after this, and we'll see him take a good amount of 130k, which is not a lot, but that's going to be it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, let me know in the comments how you're finding Vegeta down below. But until the next video, cheers, stay safe, and bye!